Hi, welcome back to the channel Decoding with Long. Long is here to help you solve this question. Alright, so SPM Mathematics countdown is 19 days only. And the question is actually extracted from SABK Trial Paper 2 under section B. The question number is 12. Okay, actually the question is about the consumer mathematics, which is insurance, and it's under Form 5 syllabus. Why I choose this question is, other than SABK Trial Paper, I find that SP paper has a question involving fire insurance. So I feel it important to let you all know how to solve this question right here. And I believe that the question level is intermediate or even harder. Alright, so look at this question right now. An insurance company offers fire insurance to all houses in an area. The table 1 shows part of the details of the fire insurance. Ahmad, Nasrul, and Aina have purchased fire insurance from the insurance company. The area was caught on fire one day. So look at the first question. It's under Ahmad's case. Ahmad insures his house with amount of insurance required. His house suffered a total loss and the amount compensation he received is 356,000 ringgit. And please calculate the amount of insurance required for Ahmad's house. And this is a 2 marks question. And look at here, there's a table. The table shows the amount of deductible, which is 4,000 ringgit, and the core insurance provision, the percentage rate is 90%. Okay, so we have made it clear about the information given. Let's look at this question right now. But before that, I have to tell you all, please take out your textbook and please turn to the page. Okay, the page is 86 of your Form 5 Mathematics textbook. And look at here, there's a paragraph saying about the definition of deductible. What is deductible? Deductible is actually the amount that must be borne by the policyholder before they can make a claim from insurance company. Deductible is commonly found in the contract of property insurance, medical and health insurance, and motor insurance even. Okay, but remember, this one is not applicable to life insurance and personal liability insurance. So this case is about fire insurance, am I right? And fire insurance is actually property insurance. So it's applicable, and you know that actually insurance company is not a non-profit organization. They have to earn money. Of course, they have to earn your money legally and systematically. Therefore, they invented this term or this concept, deductible. Okay, so you are familiar with this part right now. Okay, and then I have to tell you another concept in this chapter. This one is on your textbook page 87. It's about co-insurance. Co-insurance is the cost sharing of the loss between the insurance company and the policyholder. Okay, let's say you are the policyholder, then you have to deal with the insurance company that you have purchased the insurance from and settle this concept, co-insurance. Alright, for the co-insurance clause in the property insurance, the policyholder is required to insure his property at a certain amount based on the percentage of co-insurance determined by the insurance company from the insurable value of the property. And the insurable value of the property means that actually is the actual value of assets, the cost of placement of the property or any other value stated in the valuation clause of insurance company. Actually, this value is actually judged by occupation, which is called as professional appraiser. And this occupation is to help the insurance company to appraise a person's property value at the point in time. Okay, so that they are able to issue out the coverage accordingly. Okay, alright, so look at here. This is the formula for you to let you calculate, okay, for the questions, especially on the SPM paper. And this formula, I know that you are able to find this formula on the first page of your paper 2. However, I always suggest my students that you have to remember this formula and apply it automatically instead of referring to the formula sheet to find the formula and then you are going to apply it. And the whole process is time wasting. I don't suggest all of you to do so. Okay, so right now, since we have 19 days, right, please read it and memorize this formula. Okay, amount of required insurance or amount of insurance purchased is equal to percentage of core insurance multiplied by insurable value property. Okay, please bear in mind. And right here, and we can find that actually there are three different scenarios. The scenario for enabling you to calculate the compensation or insurable value of property accordingly. So based on this case, this question says that his house suffered a total loss and the amount compensation he received is 356,000 ringgit. And therefore, we are going to find the third scenario. He actually suffered the total loss. So the way we calculate the total loss is the amount of compensation is equal to amount of insurance purchase minus deductible. Okay, and then we are going to rephrase the whole formula. And you know, right, this is what you have learned from Form 1 Mathematics. Alright, the amount of insurance purchase is equal to amount of compensation plus deductible instead. Then now we are going to make sure that how much the amount of insurance Ahmad need to protect his house. Okay, then we are going to substitute the value in simply 356,000 ringgit plus 4,000 ringgit. Okay, so please take out a calculator and do a simple calculation. Okay, answer is what? It's 360,000 ringgit. So 2 marks is given for you if you are able to set out this formula and then find the correct answer. This 2 marks is easily back into your score sheet. Okay? Then let's look at the second sub-question under the sub-question A. So what is it about? Alright, the insurable value of Ahmad's house. Okay, this is another 2 marks question for you. You know, right, just now I show you this formula, right? Okay, remember, please memorize this formula and it will help you a lot on the exam day. Okay, so let me rephrase the whole formula. Since we are going to find the insurable value of the Ahmad house, right? Okay, of course we are going to move the insurable value of the property on the left hand side is equal to amount of required insurance divided by the percentage of co-insurance. Okay, then we are going to substitute the value in very easily. And just now we found on the first sub-question, the answer is 360,000 ringgit, right? And this is the amount of required insurance for this case, and divided by the 90% shown on this table 1. And then please take out your calculator again and do this simple calculation. Answer is what? Answer is 400,000 ringgit. Alright, so another 2 marks is for you right now. Okay, then I believe that so far so good, right, all of you. Don't worry. The question, as long as you know the concept of deductible and co-insurance and you know which scenario you are going to apply for the specific situation on the paper, and then you'll be able to deal with all questions involving fire insurance. Okay, look at the second sub-question here. Nasrul house also suffered a total loss and the amount of compensation received is less than Ahmad's compensation. And please state 2 possibilities that cause Nasrul's compensation to be less than Ahmad's compensation. Another 2 marks for you. Alright, this question never asks you to do any calculation. It asks you to state 2 possible situations that why Nasrul's compensation is less than Ahmad's compensation. Okay, then we just do a simple logic. Okay, the first thing is, I believe that Nasrul is under a tight budget, am I right? So the way we write the first point is, Nasrul insured his house for an amount that's less than the insurance coverage that should have been purchased. So as mentioned just now, maybe he has a tight budget. He won't be able to afford a higher premium, so that he just spend the lesser premium to protect his house. So therefore, since we know that the amount of compensation is as the same as Ahmad's compensation, right? Of course, if you are going to pay lesser, then the coverage will be lesser for sure. Okay, so this is the first point. And what about the second point? Okay, look at this logic. The insurable value of Nasrul's house is lower than the insurable value of Ahmad's house. So that means, right, actually it's all about the way the appraiser judge and determine the value of his property. So sometimes, right, you know, we are all human beings. the discrepancy among the appraisals could happen. So therefore, we can find that the insurable value of natural house could be lower. So that's why this situation happened. Okay, or any other acceptable answers. Okay, for this part, I actually thought of another two ideas. Look at here. Natural house is underinsured because the insured amount is less than 90% of its actual value. So it's another budget issue lah. Okay, then of course, right, you can write in this way. Okay, less than 90% of its actual value because, right, we know there's a core insurance provision. And another point that I've set out for this scenario is if any damage occurs, Nasru will not receive full compensation since the insurance coverage is insufficient. So that means, right, let's say before he purchased this insurance coverage, if he purposely choose the lesser insurance coverage, right, for paying lesser premium, of course, right, the loss is supposed to bear is like this, okay, definitely less than Ahmad's compensation. So of course, right, as an adult, he must think about it, okay. So it's what and it's how fire insurance works for every single person. Okay, so look at the last sub question right now. The amount of fire insurance required for Aina's house is the same as for Ahmad's house. Aina insures his house at a sum of 300,000 ringgit. His house suffered a loss of 240,000 ringgit. And please calculate the amount of compensation received by Aina. Another 2 marks question for you. Okay, and we can find that for Aina's case, he suffered a loss of the amount that is less than the amount for Ahmad, am I right? Or amount of the sum of 300,000 ringgit. So based on this case, actually, just now we refer to a test score already, am I right? And it's under the second scenario. If the insured value is less than the amount of the required insurance, then we have to use this formula strictly to find the amount of compensation received by Aina. Okay, then the amount of insurance purchased for Aina is 300,000 ringgit, am I right? So this is what Aina insured. Okay, let me highlight for all of you. Okay, so please read the information carefully. And the amount of required insurance, because on the first sentence it says that the amount of the required insurance, right, is same as Ahmad house, and this amount is actually found on the first sub question, am I right? The amount is what? 360,000 ringgit. So we are going to put it as a denominator on this formula. And then what amount the amount of loss? Amount of loss is obviously 240,000 ringgit. Okay, let's do a substitution here. And then minus the deductible of 4,000 ringgit. Okay, as mentioned before, please do it part by part along the whole equation or formula. Okay, so please do it first. 300,000 ringgit divided by 360,000 ringgit times 240,000 ringgit. So it's actually equal to 200,000 ringgit. And this amount minus 4,000 ringgit, sorry, is equal to how much? Okay, please take out calculator again. Answer is 160,000 ringgit. Okay, it's whole question about how we deal with fire insurance for these 3 different scenarios, Ahmad, Nasru, and Aina. I hope that you all will be able to cope with the concept of deductible and core insurance. And remember, my suggestion is please memorize and please remember deeply about these 3 different scenarios because each scenario has different way to calculate the compensation. Okay?
Well, here's the end of the episode 6. In the last 19 days, I'll try my best to analyze those important and hot topics that will come out on this year's SPM Mathematics paper with the hot trial papers. In the next episode, I'll talk about motor insurance. Once again, please like and click subscribe button so you won't miss the updates. Thank you for watching it. See you all next time. Goodbye.